Hi, welcome to the video. So in this video, we'll be creating Prometheus Grafana Alertmanager stack on EC2 instances. So I'll be creating 3 EC2 instances, and you on that three EC2 instances, one instance will be of Prometheus, one instance will be of Grafana, and on one instance will be of Alertmanager. And I'll be installing node exporter on Grafana Alertmanager to get the logs. So let's begin the video by creating the nodes. So let's start it. I've created Terraform code for that. I'll be sharing this Terraform code in with GitHub repo, so you will get it. So these 3 nodes I'll be creating using Terraform rather than creating manually. So once it is created, I'll do the Prometheus, Grafana, and Alertmanager configuration. Yeah, so it will take some time, but it will create the 3 nodes. After it is created, let's log in into each and every node and then try to configure Prometheus, Grafana, and Alertmanager. Yeah, let's see. I've written this blog, so we'll follow. I've written this blog, so we'll follow this blog and try to install all the necessary. This GitHub repo I'm providing here, so you can get the Terraform code in this GitHub repo. So this EC2 instances, this configuring of Prometheus server. At all these things we'll be doing using this blog which I've created, which I've written. Yeah, so let's log in into the servers. Let's grab Prometheus IP now. Once you're logged in into, let's switch to sudo and let's try to see if we can configure Prometheus in Grafana and Alertmanager in our server. Let's follow the same block one step at a time and try to configure this configure Prometheus Grafana Alertmanager on the servers. Let's update the packages, and then yeah, it is updating the packages. After this is done, we have to create a user. Once it is done, let's create a user, Prometheus user, and try to configure it. After it is done, let's create a user, Prometheus user. After that, let's create directories. Let's change permission for the directories. Let's get into temp and then pull the binaries. You'll get this binary from Prometheus documentation. You can use this itself, but you can follow the Prometheus documentation also if you want to download some other version binaries. Once it is downloaded, let's try to untar it. Once it is untarred, get into this repository and then move the Prometheus files and all these things from try to do all these commands all together. Let's create systemd service for Prometheus. Let's reload and start Prometheus. Let's check the status of Prometheus. Let's see, can get the status. It is active. So once Prometheus is active, let's move and let's get the public IP and the port we will try to access the Prometheus dashboard. It is active. Let's check the targets. It should show one. So one target will show. It is localhost target. So this is the same Prometheus server. If we install Node Exporter, it will show here target. So it is active now. Now let's set up. Let's get into Grafana node and Alertmanager node and try to set up Node Exporter for that node. Yeah, let's get into we've got into Grafana server. Let's install Node Exporter in that servers. Let's get into temp and then try to download Node Exporter. You will find it in documentation. You will find it. I'll show you the documentation from where you will find it. I'll show you now. Get into this folder. Let's untar it and then let's move all the find it in here. So Prometheus.io. In downloads, you'll find some exporters here. So you can click on this one and then you can untar it. You can download it using this copy link address and you can download it. That's how I downloaded it. So this is while creating documentation, I I put everything in documentation, so there is no need of it. So let's add user node exporter. Once user is added, let's create systemd service for this also. Let's reload and start. Is running, but it still it is not scraping the data. So for that you need to add in Prometheus.yaml. You have to add the configuration. This configuration you have to add. Let us add it later, but for now we have to do for uh, alert manager also, right? So we did for alert manager. We are doing for Grafana server. You do the same for Grafana server as well. Follow the same procedure for Grafana server as well. So let's get into temp directory. Let's download the binaries. Once it downloaded, let's get into this folder. Let's untar it. After entering it, let's move the node exporter binary to user local bin. After moving it, let's create a user. And let's create systemd service. Let's start the server. Once it is done, let's get into Prometheus server now and try to add configuration to scrape the metrics. So let's get into Prometheus server. We have to add it here. Add it here. So let's change the IP and IPs when we add it. I think indentation will be an issue, so let's try to see if we can set the indentation properly. I guess everything is correct now. So let's check the IPs. IPs is correct. IPs are also correct. It should scrape the metrics now. Let restart the Prometheus. For that, for that we will use this command. Let's check the status of it. Maybe some indentation issues, I guess. What's the indentation issue? It's active running now. So I've corrected the indentation. Once it is running, let's check the metrics. If it is scraping the metrics. Yeah, it is giving out the metrics. So here, so with this, you will get to know the metrics if it is giving the metrics or not. And in Prometheus dashboard itself, it should have two more targets. Two more targets are added. So here, so two more targets are added. So that's how we are able to get it. So let's get into the document and see what is their next step. So let's edit the document also. Publish it, and let's move to next steps now. Once that is done, so let's move to next. We'll install Grafana on Grafana server. So let's try to install Grafana on Grafana server. This is the Grafana server, right? It will not work, so we have to duplicate it, and then let's try to connect it. Let's try to get it. Saying it is deprecated, so let's pause the documentation. We're installing Grafana now. So after Grafana, we'll install Alertmanager as well on Alertmanager server. Once it is added, let's try to update the packages and then try to install Grafana. Let's try to get rid of this package. Anyway, it is deprecated, so let's keep it in our documentation, but let's not run that. Once it is done, so let's start the Grafana server. Once it is started, let's get the status of it. It is running. Once it is running, let's enable it. Once it is enabled, let's get the dashboard. What's the Grafana IP? This IP. It runs on 3000 ports, so let's see if it is running. Oh, sorry, I've installed Grafana on Alertmanager server. That's okay. Naming is wrong, but that's okay. This is doing the purpose. Once it is downloaded, let's check the dashboards. New dashboard, add visualization, data source. Let's add Prometheus. You have to give Prometheus IP also here. Once it is done, let's check save and check. Right, it is running now. So yeah, so we have added data source as Prometheus for it. Once it is added, let's try to add dashboard. Let's import. Number I've given already here. This is a number. This is a dashboard. You will get JSON URL, JSON file loaded. So once it is done, so you can use the ID, same ID. You can get the data scraped already. We have two endpoints, node exporter 1 and next node exporter 2 underscore 2. So these are the data it is able to scrape now. We are getting it. So Grafana is also set up. So now let's move to Alertmanager. Let's log in Alert Manager and try to install that Alert Manager in that Alert Manager server. Grafana server. So Alert Manager will be installing on Grafana server. We'll be creating a user. After creating user, you have to create a directory, mkdir Alert Manager directory. Once Alert Manager directory is created, let's get into temp and download the binary. We're getting the this binary from the same Prometheus dashboard. I was showing Prometheus documentation, right? From there itself you will get it, so we can download from there as well. Once it is downloaded, let's untar it. Once it is untar, let's move. Let's get into this folder and move these binaries to AM tool and Alert Manager tool. Alert Manager to user binary. So let's edit it because there's some error. There are two commands, so I'm running the same command in here. So I can use and ampersand I can use, and I can run it, or I can put it in another command as well. Yeah, once it is moved, yeah, so once it is moved, what to do next? Here also same thing. Like I'll make the changes in documentation, but let's configure service for Alert Manager. Now there are a couple of things I need to do. So after that, let's change the permission, change the ownership. After ownership CP change, let's move the Alert Manager.yaml file to etc Alert Manager. After that, let's change the permission also recursively. And let's create a service, systemd service for Alert Manager service. Why are we creating a service? That we are creating service because if server goes down or something, and if it comes up, so this service should be running forever. So that's why I've created this service. That's why we create services. After this, let's restart and reload the daemon, and then let's start. Then let it start. Let's start Alert Manager. It would fail it actually. So because there is no alert.yaml file, so I've not specified that. So it passed. Okay. I had to create this file, but there is no file there, right? So I need to create this file. Alerting configuration, I'm creating this file. So for that, so let's create this file. So here I'm specifying, right? So I want the alert to be on this email ID. So to from and then smtp gmail.com, and then this is the port number which we have to specify for smtp host. We can configure for Outlook also, for Slack also. So I'm configuring for Gmail. So my Gmail account is this, and 507 manojshetty.507, and username identity is this email ID itself, and user identity is also the same email ID, and this password we need to create a pass key for our account. For creating pass key for our account, I've created this documentation for this. There's a documentation, so it will directly open the app app password key. It will directly open that. I've already created it. You can go ahead and create one for your account. There's a create option here, so you can give any name for your app password, and then you can create it. Once you create it, it will give this kind of code. When you have to remove the spaces from between the code, so you have to remove the spaces. Once spaces are removed, this is created. Now it will send the notification. I've added everything in the documentation, so there's no issue for you. So I've created everything in document. I've added everything in documentation. So once this is added, let's reload and start the alert manager. It is running. Once this is running, let's test it, and I have to make some changes in the documentation as well. Let's make that change. I have to remove from here, and because here it is already added, so I need to remove from there. Yeah, that's all. Once this is done, if check if all targets are available. Let me check that. Let me go to Prometheus dashboard and check if all targets are available. I could see all the targets are available. So yeah, so I'm following this documentation which I prepared for easy thing. I'm following this documentation. So once everything is available, let's create alerting inside Prometheus.yaml in Prometheus server to send the notification to configure alert manager in that. So let's configure alert manager in that, and then try to create. This is the alert manager. This is the Prometheus server, right? So we have to create. Once it is done, so here we have to add Prometheus server IP. We have to add. We have to add alert manager server. So alert manager, it is Grafana, right? So I'm adding Grafana server IP there, so that it would send the notification there. So indentation should be perfect. So that's why. So once it is added, Let's close and restart the Prometheus server. We have to create these rules file also. So let's create rules file also inside Prometheus server only. So let's create this rule file. This is the Prometheus rule which I am giving. So node exporter I am giving. So I'm saying if node exporter is down equal to 0, for every minute every minute it should go and check and it should trigger an alert. So it will trigger an alert. It will trigger an alert to my Gmail. So I've already created this. So you can configure many rules, alerting rules. This is one of the alerting rules which I've created. So once it is created, I get into Prometheus server and then try to check if rules are correct. It is here. So let's check that. Let's check. Yeah, rules are correct. Let me change the command also. There. Once this is done, let's restart the Prometheus server. See the status of it. Is running. So let's test one of the alert. Let's test one alert now. We have created one configuration for that. So let's change the IP here. So but we need to change the IP there, but that's all. It will send out an alert. Let's see if it is sending out the alert. I have to change that IP, right? So for that, let's create this IP. We need to change. So Grafana IP will give because we have changed, right? I'm not given Alertmanager IP there, so I've misconfigured that. So let's give the IP to send out one dummy like testing alert. It will send out one mail to me. So when I do this, it will send out. it should send out one mail to me. So let's see if it does that. In a minute or so we should get it. Checking spam, if it's going to spam or not spam or anything. Let's see. Not giving anything. It should send out in 5 minutes, plus 5 minutes. Yeah, so it should send out in 1 minute or two, around 1 minute or so. We have received one dummy alert which I have sent, for false alert which I have sent just now. We have received it, so that's how we get it. So this is dummy alert which I have received till now. So I'll send the alert which I've configured node exporter down, right? So I'll down the node exporter in the servers and try to trigger the alert. Let's try to do it. Try to bring down the node exporter on alert manager server. How do I bring down? How do I bring down? I think I've made a documentation on that as well. Systemctl stop. Systemctl stop. Can do something. Node exporter. Can stop node exporter. Let's check the status of it now. Stop. So let's check the Prometheus server now and try to see if node exporter is accessible. It is down, so it should trigger an alert now in some time. In 5 minutes it should trigger an alert. It will not trigger. Okay, it has triggered alert. We'll get alert manager. I am alert manager dashboard as well now, and let's try to see if alert is there. And there. This is a test alert which I have sent right recently. This is the alert it is showing. So whatever alerts triggered, it will show here in alert manager. Let's try to see if we got the alert. In 5 minutes it will trigger. Let's wait for that. In Prometheus dashboard, I could see that it is down. One of the Prometheus exporter is down, so it should trigger an alert. But let's see if it triggers the alert. Send out a message on Gmail. In 5 minutes, it will send out the notification. Because we have used for it should first show in pending, and then later it should fire. So directly it won't fire. It will show as pending, and then later it will fire. So let's wait for that. No alert is firing for now. The alert manager is down. So 5 minutes we have given 5 minutes of soaking period for the alert to be triggered. So it is still not fired. So that alert, that dummy alert which we created, that also is resolved now automatically. So alert is gone. Let's wait for 5 minutes and then let's see. It triggered now. It is in pending state. It was not triggering because I forgot to add this my rule in .yaml .prometheus.yaml file. Forgot to add this file. Added it now. Yeah, so this is the place it was supposed to be added. Added it now. So now it triggered the alert. Now let's see if it triggers the alert. It will first go into pending state, and then later when it is continuous, then it will trigger. Not directly trigger the alert. Let's see if it triggers. Yeah, so the alert is there out, so it is firing now. So it means it's firing now, but no alert has been triggered to mail now, but it will trigger a mail also now in some time, in 5 minutes. So this alert is triggered now. We can see in alert manager also, and let's see if, yeah, it triggered, right? So we got a mail also. So that's how we configure alert manager with our Prometheus to get the alerts. So it triggered. So now let's see if it should be down. Yeah, so we got it, right? Yeah, so it's stating that this IP is not reachable. This port is not reachable. So we have brought down the node exporter. That's why it is saying that. So description also is correct. So we can add runbook also in annotations. We can add runbook also, like to debug and to resolve the issues. We can add it here. Just below summary, we can add runbook also if at all if it is required. That's how we configure the alerts. So we can add multiple alerts here. So I'll start the node exporter here. What was the IP? Yeah, node exporter is down in here, right? We'll start the node exporter here. Once it is start, let's check the status. It is active now. Now we should have targets as 2, right? So that alert should also go. Yeah, we have 2 targets up now. This alert will be also be resolved in some time. Yeah, it is resolved. So So that's how we configure Prometheus Grafana and Alert Manager. So that's how we configure this complete setup. You can configure rules or solid rules also, and you can get the alerts on your email as I got it here. This is the overall flow of how we configure Prometheus Grafana and Alert Manager in 3 servers, and we give endpoints. And in Grafana, if we see, we get system related information on Prometheus server, like Prometheus dashboard, from Prometheus dashboard, like from Grafana dashboard we are getting, sorry, we get each and every detail, like disk detail we have, and we have everything. This is on alert manager. So we're getting everything on this. So it is uptime is last 1 hour, and 4 GB memory and 8 GB. I don't know what is this. Let me check that. This is rootfs, and this is 4 GB RAM. And how much is utilized? 12% it is utilized. And rootfs utilizes 22%. So we have CPU that is 0.2% utilized. And that's how it is. Yeah, overall this is the architecture. This is the complete architecture of Prometheus Grafana and Alert Manager. I hope you liked it, and if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, you can like it, and you can probably subscribe to the channel. You can share it with your friends, and if you think it is useful, yeah, please like the channel, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if at all, if it is possible. Thank you. We'll try to delete the nodes also, like using Terraform only. Deleted the nodes. As our task is completed, it's better to delete, because I'm using T2 medium, so it's better to delete when you're using T2 medium. Because T2 medium will be charged. So T2 micro, I don't have T2 micro in my accounts, because it's more than 1 year, so I don't have T2 micro. I cannot use T2 micro. So in our next video, let's try to understand Jenkins master slave setup in our next video. I provided all the necessary documentation, like all the necessary documentation and repository in my description. You can find it there. You can follow along, and you can do this experiment in your own laptop using by yourself, and you will understand how the matrix is passing, and how it is scraping, how the alert manager is scraping, how the alert manager is getting the matrix, and how the Prometheus is scraping the data and all. You'll get it. So it's better you do it along with me. So yeah, or you can follow the documentation and you can do it by yourself. Yeah, I think it will get destroyed now. So let's stop the video, and hope you like the video. If you like the video, you can please subscribe to the channel, and please like the video and add comment if possible. Thank you.